guys. This is John.
And this is Sethi.
And this is
Enduring Curiosity. On today's episode, we talk about
Enduring Curiosity's content,
our favorite content creators,
and the type of creative content for Magic.
Hey, John.
Hey, Sethi.
How's my good Judy doing?
Oh my God, I feel so good coming from like literally 2 days ago when we played our Magic.
Our game night. Yeah, it was so fun. It was nice catching up with you.
It was nice catching up with everybody. Usually I play D&D with them, but I did not play D&D with them. So when we all played Magic together, I was like, yeah.
And let it be known, I won.
You did. And you know what? I feel like we should also talk about that a little bit, but there's actually some other things I wanted to talk about.
Right. Let's get to our main phase.
Let's get to our...
Actually, this is more upkeep.
This is the upkeep.
This is upkeep.
Yeah, this is the upkeep.
Because we're going to be talking about...
today, audience members, I'm going to break the fourth wall real quick.
Oh,
and I'm going to look directly at you. Do you see me?
The romantic eye contact.
Let me wink real quick. Oh my God, hold on. There's a piece of lint right on you. Let me take that off right there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to stroke your cheek.
Okay, this is the ASMR content that I listen to on the side that I don't tell anyone, except I just did.
That you fall asleep to all the time?
Let's just say that.
Yeah, Kerrigan told me your tea.
Kerrigan!
No, I wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk what the audience should expect from our podcast.
This is our little shareholder meeting.
Yes, and you guys, you get front row seats.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important that we talk about like our general vibe and perspective on what we want Enduring Curiosity to be.
But you know what's so funny?
Yeah.
This is like so late to talk about it. Technically this should have been something we talked about in the beginning, and I'm pretty sure by this point, audience, if you're still listening, you probably kind of have like a vibe already.
Right.
But we're just gonna clarify, just in case like it wasn't super clear like what we wanted to talk about. So this is just us clarifying that.
Yeah. So we definitely come from our perspectives first, which I'm a longer term player that plays mostly Commander nowadays, but I come from playing Pauper and Standard, all sorts of things. And I was always, peripheral to these formats, but Commander is just like the easiest one to play with friends. And
right.
I like the self-expression of deck building. And so usually I play in like brackets 2 and 3 area. And I love my little decks. I love being creative and unique and finding hidden gem of cards. And so, I usually stick in that realm of what I talk about in my perspective.
And see, I come from the viewpoint where... Again, that's why I was like joking so often that we are literally the Irene and Bosco, is because I come from the viewpoint where I literally, even now, I think I've only started like a year and a half now ago.
Past your birthday.
And well, it's past my birthday, but it's coming pretty close up.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn 2.
You're turning 2, our baby.
Terrible 2s.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna start crashing out.
That's why you started a podcast.
That's why I started a podcast now. So that way, when you guys see me like delve into like an eviler side, you guys are gonna be like, "Oh my God, what happened to him? He used to be so sweet. He used to be so innocent." And then I'm gonna turn from I have 4 decks to I have 30 decks.
30 decks, CDH,
all
pump stopping, turn 1 combo.
You will never win.
No. He becomes a stacks player. That's the gag.
That too.
That's how we know when John.
That'll be half of the deck, and then the other half of the deck will just be real try hard.
There you go.
I
honestly would love to try CDH, but it's not like my favorite type of thing to to talk about. It's not my favorite type of thing to like really research into. But I respect it. I respect the format.
It's not for me, Mama.
That's okay.
I could never. Although I will,
because you could never.
Because I could never. That's why. And you know what? I'll own that. I will own that. But I also think there's so many things like obviously that as a newer Magic player that I still have not yet done. But what's wild to me is that so remember that podcast that you told me about that you said that there were lesbians on it? But
good luck, high five.
If they're lesbians, they have not come out yet. So I'm kind of like
they're sweeties. We love them.
When's this gonna happen?
And we also just like love women in Magic in general too.
True.
So
it is refreshing to hear because listening to their podcast, they are also like beginners. Like they are like at least Okay.
when they started.
Let me specify.
13 years ago.
When
John's a psycho.
Yeah, because I started at the very beginning. So when I started, they literally are just starting.
I need your perspectives in the comments real quick. Are you the kind of person who sees a podcast have over 10 years of content and you think, oh, let me start 10 years ago on day one?
You should.
Because I think it's psycho.
Okay,
but John
okay.
is a believer.
Okay, here's where I say I am a psycho, because not only do I start at the beginning, but I follow through until I can get as cut up to the most current episode as I can.
You see, the only exception I can make where I would do that is for enduring curiosity.
Oh,
I'd start at day one.
Adios, members. Give me keys. Mwah. But I do that because, like, one, like, the things they're reacting to are so, like, vastly different than like what is literally happening around me right now.
Yeah, you were telling me Guilds of Ravnica.
They're literally just getting into that, and they just did. They went to a sorry, I keep wanting to say that, but it's a Magic Con. They went to their first Magic Con, and they had literally only played for, I think, like a month and a half or something like that.
Yeah,
and they only started playing for a few weeks before they decided to randomly do a podcast about it.
That's pretty fierce.
And I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah, especially because I know Maria, one of the co-hosts.
Right.
She even like does commentating on pro play and stuff now.
Yeah.
So she's really risen up.
Well, and so that, which is crazy to me, because like, so listening to them both talk, like Megan and Maria, and then they also have Ben, but I don't know. So I'm in the very beginning, so I don't know if all those characters still show up 10 years later.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
But
anyway, so like I'm like listening to them all talk, and it's like really, it's kind of like honestly our vibe right now, which is why I'm bringing it up, because it's very silly. They talk about Magic. They talk about like all their current events.
Yeah.
And they talk about like when they do drafts or when they like play and stuff like that. And they talk about Standard. They talk more about Standard than they talk about Commander, because I think
that was back when
like
Commander wasn't the number one guaranteed
format.
You see, you youngins don't realize that this game started out not Commander focused. That Standard set cards were made for Standard and not made for Commander secretly.
Mama, this game has been around before I was even alive.
That's true. Same here. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate like, yeah. So their podcast is pretty similar to what we kind of want to do, where we just off the cuff, like more human side of playing Magic. You know, we talk more than just cards. We talk about our experience playing cards. We talk about, you know, how we feel about upcoming sets and Universes Beyond stuff. We talk all over the place. Which,
like, I feel like the more I listen to their podcast, the more I feel like they had a very similar like outlook. I feel like, however, they are more loosey-goosey with it. Mm-hmm. And even though we are wanting to be, like, we're a little loosey-goosey with it too, but we definitely have, like, a little bit more structure. But at least that's just how we're looking at it right now. But then obviously, like, later on, we'll, like, you know, change it.
We usually keep focused. We try to do 2 or 3 topics per episode. Yeah. And keep that up front of, like, these are the 3 things we're talking about.
And that's, like, the idea that I have for, like, the format of us, I guess, is like that we have our topics we talk about, but we give ourselves room to be a little loosey-goosey with it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then our content, I would say, dear listener, is not so much like, we definitely will talk about cards, like if they're like crazy cards or new sets, or like, well, maybe we'll talk about here and there how to like help deck building, or like what kind of decks to run. That could be cool, or like what kind of combos to look out for and stuff like that. Like, obviously, but there's so many other content creators that do that. So I kind of feel like we're not really like offering so much by helping that. I think more.
Oh, I will. I'm like, play this, play that, turn to this, turn 4 ramp. Okay. I mean, when we do deck building content and stuff, I'll definitely point that stuff out.
Teacher.
But that's not every episode.
Teacher Seth over here.
Hi, hello. I can do it.
They can do it.
And don't forget, special about Enduring Curiosity is that we got that LGBTQ plus zest going on.
Yes, that's another thing I wanted to say.
Both members of the community. And so, you know, we can include the lingo, we include the perspective and the fun. And, you know, I definitely feel like...
We say bitch.
We say hoe, cunt, Slabatha Christie over here, Gok Supreme. Exactly. So, you know, we like to be fun, and, just have our perspective on Magic because there's
Right.
tons of us, and LGBT pride is very important to be cognizant of in all spaces.
It's important in all spaces, because just like everyday people who are not LGTV, we're part of you. We're all literally, if you are listening to this podcast and you're like, one of them queers, like, yeah, we are, but we're
Right.
human just like you. Like, we like to play Magic.
Damn. Well, maybe John's secretly a lizard person, but I'm a human.
I'm a fae.
Fae, that's right.
Nice try. I'm a fae looking for my orc.
You're a Fae elemental according to my custom Magic card for you, but we'll talk about that on a future
Ooh.
episode.
Foreshadowing. But yeah, that's pretty much the vibe we're thinking about, dear listener, is that we just are going to be super just like goofy. We're going to have our, little things we talk about here and there. And then like, that's pretty much the idea. We're just going to be, chilling.
Yeah.
Just relaxing.
Let us know in the comments or wherever, what you like, what you don't like, what excites you, what topics we should talk about. Because we definitely take in community impact.
No, yeah. Definitely in the comments, let us know if there's something you think we should talk about. Lo and behold, though, you might find out that we might be talking about it. Or if you're just tuning in, check out some of our older episodes we might have already talked about.
Right. We do record a bit in advance, so like some of the timed content might be a little off, but we try our best.
Listen, this whole season, the time is going to be off, but guaranteed, if you catch up to us in season 2 or season 3,
season 3,
or even season 10.
Oh yes, we're gonna be those.
We're gonna be on top of it. We're gonna be on top of it.
I'm living. But yeah, we look forward to our journey with you guys.
And moving on to our main phase. Enduring curiosity. Enduring curiosity. There are some content creators. Well, actually, there's a lot of content creators out there who make Magic the Gathering content.
It's true.
Now, audience members, you probably see a lot of content creators. I mean, you're literally listening to some right now.
Hello.
So, let's talk about some that we see. But I have a very specific criteria, Sethi.
Oh, yeah?
For our content creators.
What's your criteria?
Okay. For your criteria for these content creators, the first content creator is the content creator that you think has maybe like the most views or like is the most popular or like makes the most content, right? Like let's say like popularity,
Okay,
their
we'll
highest
start
popularity. So popularity has to be the highest, and then
Okay.
we're gonna go to popularity to the lowest. We're gonna do 3.
But there's a catch. I know you. There's gonna be a catch.
There is a catch. The catch is you have to also in reverse order talk about like thirst level of these people. So like the first one is most popular, but you're like, there's a little bit of thirst there.
So like I thirst over all of them, or like
You thirst over all of them.
okay. How did you know? I do. But anyways,
Well, that's because the ones I picked, I'm thirsting over
they're
all of them.
specimens.
Listen, I don't mean to degrade every person to a piece of meat, but sometimes you get hungry.
You get hungry, y'all. You get hungry. We'll talk about like all of our favorite content creators
Yes.
as well, but
Yeah,
we'll do a fun little spicy
Let's
first
do the fun
3.
little like spicy 3.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I can go. Well, I don't know what kind of tone you're gonna set with this one, so I'm gonna start.
I think you
and
should
be
start,
honest
and then
first.
you should start it. You can be it as sweet as you want, and then when I get filthy nasty, people are gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
Okay. So I'm gonna start with something obvious with the one of the most famous that I listen to, which is the Werq cast.
Right.
So I like the fact that they talk about like the data of Magic and Commander decks.
Yeah.
Werq, the site, is very essential to me in how I deck build and compare commanders and how I research things too. So I love that. Joey Schultz,
Shout out.
part of the community. Hello,
Yes, he is.
LGBTQ, and a proud member of that too. So I love that. And he's also obviously very handsome. Have you seen the biceps? Have you seen the biceps? Have you studied the muscles?
I think one flaw about him is he doesn't flex enough. That's my one flaw.
Well, here's the thing. I like a guy that's like bashful about being strong. You know what I mean?
I think
it's
he
like,
can still be bashful. I think he needs to do the gay thing Well, there's many gay things.
Oh,
but
like having the high cut short sleeve shirt.
Yes.
That's essential.
But also, whenever someone goes back to like stretch back their arms, and they're like they're not trying to show off, but they just need to stretch. And of course, they have big muscles. So then you're like, gabagoo,
gabagoo,
oh,
That's. I mean, yes, Joey, please.
In one of your episodes, please just like stretch.
I'll know it's for me. Even if it's just a stretch.
Even if it's just
it's
a stretch,
for me.
It's for me. Okay, no, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, and like they're very popular. And
yes.
I mean, Werq is like the biggest site for making Magic Commander decks. So essential.
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready for yours.
Okay, so this is a very popular. I don't know necessarily if he makes a lot of Magic content. I think he just makes a lot of content.
Okay.
But his name is Iffy.
Iffy. Oh, y'all, I've heard him talk about this man, but repeat it for the listeners.
His name is Iffy. You can definitely find him on Instagram. You can definitely, if you watch, say, like, if you watch, what's that college?
Oh, Tulare Community College.
Tulare Community College. He plays a few games in there. He is a very, very handsome, very well-spoken black man. Mm-hmm. And he is also quite muscular. But I will say he's very attractive. I think he's a really good Magic player. There's a few tendencies though. Some of the episodes I see him in where he gets land screwed really bad, and I feel bad for him in those episodes. And then there's one specific episode that you pointed out to me that he plays with like he plays where he gets knocked out in the fight. To me, it was
the first half, like at the halfway episode.
It's like in the first half, and I did feel bad about that. But honestly, he kept up the vibe of like the fun.
He's still a fun person to be around.
He was still a fun person to be around, and so honestly, like I think audience members, if you want to know the like the type of content we're looking to like talk about, that is kind of a very in that very moment. That's a very specific thing that I think a lot of people do not talk about. Where it's like you're playing with your groups and then you knock somebody out. Like let's say you knock somebody out really early, and then the rest of you three, like your game goes on much longer. You know, like one of the things you can do to like help keep the fun is to just like make jokes with everybody. You know, keep the vibes up with everybody, have fun with everybody. Yeah. Even if you're knocked out super early, like you can still keep the game going and have a good time. And because he was such a good sport about it, like honestly, that is like one reason I'm like, oh, that's very attractive.
Gotcha. Oh, attractive. I like how none of this is about the magic that he does or like his magic decks.
Okay, he also, I think he is to act like I'm not just lusting, and I pay attention to what he does.
You listen,
and I listen. I'm watching and I'm listening with both my eyes and my ears.
And something else. Let's just say that.
No comment. But he is I think he loves playing primarily with black decks. But funnily enough, that episode where he gets knocked out really fast, he was playing a Boros deck.
Boros, yeah. But okay.
So
he don't play black at all.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah.
But okay, so I have a Golgari deck and I do technically have a Mardu deck, but the Mardu deck again I only have because of Zurgo.
And it's minimal black.
Yeah.
It's mostly like a red aggro.
It is mostly
white
like
aggro.
Yeah. And then my Golgari deck is Halcyon, where I just happen to be like, oh, okay, you know, I could add black and, you know, that's fine. But I also could have gone so many different directions with it.
Right.
I just happened to choose that one.
Okay. So he inspires you to build better black decks.
He does. He plays, the way he plays is interesting because he understands smartly utilizing like sacrificing creatures in a moment where you could lose a creature, and he's like, well, if I sacrifice it, at least I can gain value out of it faster than someone sacrificing it, and then I gain no value out of this.
Important lesson to learn, folks.
Mm-hmm. So he helps me realize black can be fun, even though I do not necessarily like losing life, and black is very...
Yeah, I haven't seen much of him on other contents and stuff. I just saw him in that one episode of Shuffle Up and Play.
Yeah, Shuffle Up and Play.
College.
He plays in... T college, trans college.
What's that?
The college we were talking about earlier.
TTC or TCC.
Tularian, is that what it is?
Girl, that's the Magic the Gathering lore. Maybe if you'd study up on something other than Universes Beyond.
Oh my god, that was what that note in my blue was talking about.
It's
It was like, bitch, go study.
It's from Teleria. It's
Teleria.
a college in the lore of the game.
Anyway, he plays in there. I know he also plays on the show. Another content creator, Commander at Home. I know he plays there too.
Okay.
He probably plays with the Command Zone on game nights or some other version of that.
Those are two good gameplay channels you just mentioned.
Very popular.
Commander at Home and Game Nights. Which is part of the Command Zone.
Yes.
World.
And I'll finish by saying, I think he's very attractive because he has very good humor.
You're going back to the lust.
But I will say, I do think he has girlfriend. So.
Oh yeah, I think Joey is also taken.
He is. He's married.
Well, you don't know what they're doing over there.
Oh my god, I'm just saying.
On the EDH Rec.
That's why I said first most popular, but probably can't bag him.
Okay.
That's why I said it like that.
Well, maybe you can't. Me, on the other hand, I have the charm.
Iffy.
If you're listening.
The
DMs are open! The DMs are open.
I'm not saying you have to shoot me a message, but like, let's play a game.
I love game. Gaga would be happy. Okay. So my next pick.
What's your two?
I like immediately jumped down to smaller creators. Because I was thinking about talking about a lot of smaller creators.
Right.
And so, yeah, this is like really small. So like they only have like 20,000 subscribers. Which
that's still pretty Mama, that's still pretty big.
So their channels.
That's like saying I went from an 8-inch to a 6-inch. Like, Mama, six is still good.
6 is still good.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Their channel's called Deck Driver.
Okay.
And they do a lot of deck techs and stuff.
Okay.
And they were like
I have not heard.
They didn't have a face reveal until like this year. And Mama, he's a handsome mustachioed man. That is very sweet. He has like cool earrings. I don't know. He just seems nice. I like him. But his channel is really cool, and like the deck techs he does are really good because he like finds really unique strategies to build commanders, and he talks about like commander philosophy a little bit in the podcast.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and so he's just very insightful. I mean, I just was like, I had to shout out him because I think he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy.
Nothing
Unlike you, Mama.
I was going to say, I had 2 paragraphs to say about Iffy.
That's okay. But yeah, I like the channel a lot. That's all.
That's good. Yeah.
Who's your next?
Okay, my number 2 pick is, I think it's EDH Retcon.
Oh, Recon?
Recon, sorry.
MTG Recon?
Is it MTG? I think it's...
Girl, you don't even know his name.
Hold on. Okay,
she's over here just getting lost.
It might be MTG.
Girl doesn't even know. She's obsessed looking into the lustful eyes.
Let me try one more time to double check. Okay, just kidding. Yes, it is MTG Recon.
I was right.
You can be
Thank
right.
you. Give me my flowers.
I'm sorry. I'm going to give a shout out to him because he... a lot of the times when I was starting to get into Magic, you've probably seen a lot of those like reels or like videos where it's like someone wants to talk about a Magic card or maybe someone wants to talk about a combo.
Right, because this is a short form content.
Yes, this is.
Did you pick it up on Instagram or TikTok?
I think Instagram was where I first found him.
Yeah.
And then also now I've been seeing his videos on YouTube. So like it started on Instagram, now I see it on YouTube, and I follow him on both of them. And he is... funnily enough, you talk about someone who didn't show their face until just recently.
That's right, yeah.
He also just recently showed his face. He just recently showed his face, and I do think he's a cutie patootie.
Increasing the channel's popularity. I see how it is.
Yeah, I do kind of wonder if he did that and then realized, oh, people like this. So then
it's literally us. I mean, I'm sure we'll have like a video podcast at some point.
Yeah, maybe.
But... Yeah, I mean, I like his channel and his Instagram and short form content too because it's always very timely.
Yes,
and talks about like current events, which is very useful in Magic right now.
Not only does he get very much to the point of the video, but also he'll even do some videos where he talks about, hey, it's been a few months since this set came out. Let's see how the prices of these cards are. And like, while necessarily I don't really care about the prices of cards, I do think it's interesting to pay attention to like this card, decreased in value, or this card kind of stayed the same amount of value, or what are cards that came out, and he'll kind of do the same thing where he talks about deck tech, where he'll be like, okay, this card, it came out recently and it's still popular, versus this card came out and he's like, I feel like I slept on this card. Like, I slept on this card and it's actually a really good card and more people should run this card. Or he'll talk about like, here are the most popular cards in this color or that color, or here are the most popular commanders right now, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So
he has a lot of content.
He's got a lot of content. And especially when it's really short content, he can just like,
get to the point.
Get to these points
and you learn
really
a lot fast with him.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
So I do think he's a cutie patootie.
Oh.
His status is unknown. So there's a chance.
Mysterion. Yeah, same for Deck Driver. I don't know.
So I feel like, is slightly less popular, but there's still a good chance our viewers have probably seen him.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
we recommend him for sure.
We recommend. And also, I don't know your name.
Mr. Recon.
Mr. Recon. I would definitely give you a kiss. And I would play one game with you before going on a date.
There you go.
And if you are bad at Magic, we can go on a date. And if you beat me, we can't go on a date.
You better lose on purpose.
So you better lose on purpose.
My third one is a really small channel. It's called Michael the Gathering.
I never heard of.
It's like this. He's like a more of a gruff looking, I don't know, 30s man. But he's a game designer, and he also is relatively short content. He does this type of video, like a daily video talking about one card type of thing. So that's just the kind of thing he does. But what's really cool is that he has a really good depth of knowledge about the game. And so he can refer to cards in Standard and compare them to previous iterations and past Standards. And like how the power creep is very different. And so it's a very insightful podcast because I'm learning so much about little things I never even knew about, like, oh, that's why this card that's like very similar but has, you know, like one word different can be so much better versus a card that isn't like that. And especially I'm realizing that in the current Standard, there's so much power creep happening that like I don't even realize, like, there's this cards that I have in my deck that are like staples. I didn't even realize that there's new versions of that card that are strictly better.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy cow, I'm glad that I am learning.
And an example to me that comes immediately to mind is what's that card? I think it's a 3 mana card called a 3 or 4 mana card called Werq's Uprising.
Oh yeah.
And that card's like,
oh yeah, when something enters, draw.
Yeah, when something of power 4 or greater enters, draw a card.
Yeah, that's right, because there used to be the just 2 and a green one that was even weaker than that. When something with power 3 or greater enters, you draw a card. But then they made Werq's Uprising that also gives things trample.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing, is that it gives trample. It lets you draw cards if you summon big creatures. So basically, if you're in like a big creature deck, then like it really helps you like draw cards, and it really helps you like, you know, deal that damage to break through smaller creatures, which is a good card. But recently, we just came out with and from Final Fantasy, if you remember, Spear Grid.
Oh yes, Sphere Grid,
which is 2 mana, 1 and a green. And that says whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then any creatures with +1/+1 counters on them not only have trample, mama, they have reach.
Yeah. So I remember on Michael the Gathering, what he talked about was in Standard and now from Tarkir was a card called Heritage Reclamation, which basically is a 2 mana instant that can choose to either destroy an artifact, enchantment, or exile one target card from a graveyard and then draw a card.
Yes.
Which is a strictly better version of a card that I was already playing, which is Return to Nature, which is basically the exact same 3 modes, except the exile target card from a graveyard didn't have draw a card, which is a strictly better version of another card called Naturalize, which just did the destroy 2 things. And so it's like the power creep is real. And the power creep from like, I don't know, Duskmourn era and onwards has definitely like been very impactful. And there's a lot of like sleeper uncommons in these newer sets that are stronger than rares of the past.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm going to like, it helps me be creative in deck building, both in power and in budget, of realizing like ways to upgrade what I'm doing. And it's insightful because it's just like talking about things. And so it's pretty cool. He's a really good player, and I don't know, maybe the gruff daddies are getting to me.
Well, I have one to match.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. You're number 3.
Okay, so my number 3, which by the way, again, I must reiterate, is probably doesn't have that many views, but I think I could bag the fuck out of this guy.
He's a catch.
He's a catch, and I think if I work my cards right, I could bag him. But I also do not know his status.
Yeah,
so.
well, you gotta figure out your turn order and like what cards you're gonna play in the right order. Because who is it?
I gotta figure something out. Okay, so his handle, because I don't.
All of mine are on YouTube, by the way, and then Recon is on YouTube and Instagram, and then your last one of the Instagram.
Iffy is on Instagram, and I don't know if he's on YouTube, but I do know he hosts his own game show where he does like game trivia and stuff like that.
Oh, that's neat.
He is also. Oh, I should have mentioned that he's also on Dropout.
Dropout TV.
Yes. But no, this person I'm referencing is Bigger Gayer Magic.
Oh, Bigger Gayer Magic.
And you know this guy.
I showed him to you. Your memory is forgetting, but I showed him to you. That is a fact.
Mama, I don't know about that.
You're not even part of the Discord. I am.
That's true.
Facts are facts.
You know what? That's also because I don't have Discord anymore.
I've had a private call with him.
No, you have not.
I've already bagged your man.
You have
Nice
not.
try.
You're a liar.
You can get my sloppy seconds.
Oh, yeah? Well, if you've done a private call with him, then you've probably gotten one of his tokens. Where is it, Mama?
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, wow. This just says your car got impounded.
Oh, shit, really? No!
Anyway.
Kidding. I haven't had a call with him or anything.
Bigger Gayer Magic. He is a content creator who specifically creates content for queer audiences.
Very bear friendly.
Well, honestly, I don't even know if I would say specifically for queer audiences. He just is queer, and he does make content where it's a little thirst trappy. But
a little bit.
Okay, a lot of it.
If you see his Instagram, he's always shirtless. He's always shirtless. That's like his thing, is that he's shirt. Let me say it one more time. He's always shirtless. You should see John's face. Y'all missing out. But yeah, he's always shirtless, but he talks about a lot of like relevant magic stuff.
Yes.
And he always mentions like being a bear and being part of the bear community, and like he's just a good representation.
He's a very good representation, not only for the queer community, but also for the magic community. And it's kind of what I aspire for our content and our channel to be kind of like that, because not only is he uplifting, but also he does like donation drives. Like he does a lot of really
charity
important
stuff.
He does a lot of charity stuff. He's very silly, very goofy. He also uplifts a lot of like other creators. Like a lot of I know a lot of what he shows is like there's people who will make like Magic the Gathering like merchandise. And he'll show like shirts, he'll show deck sleeves, he'll show personalized tokens. He does like giveaways for personalized tokens.
Okay.
And so he also likes to uplift a lot of other content creators. And yes, he does on a lot of occasions thirst trap a lot. And he also is a cosplayer as well.
Yeah.
So I always love whenever he comes on to stream. Every now and then I'll comment in some of his posts. He and I what I love is
join the Discord and play a game with him. We should play a game with him.
Mama, I don't have Discord, so it'll have to be through your Discord.
Yeah.
And it'll have to be 90% of me being like, hey. But
and then if he stomps you in the game, you're gonna ask for more.
Literally.
But
what I will say is that he and I, and you will be happy to hear this too, we both agree that there needs to be a Fire Emblem set.
He's part of the Fire Emblem team?
I think he loves Fire Emblem too.
Yeah.
Because I remember on one of his videos, because he loves also doing content where he talks about how like and you'd probably also agree with him on this, is that Universes Beyond is getting kind of insane with the fact that...
You see, you gotta join our side.
I'm not going to join the side.
There's some slop in the Universes Beyond creation.
You know what? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, well, the only two...
Which I will tap for mana, and I will destroy you with Path to Exile.
Oh, shit. Pathing me. Not even Swords to Plowshares?
No, because you're not going to get plowed by him. I will.
Oh, my God. This is what I was talking about, y'all. John is a little thought on the side. THOT, mama.
Anyway.
Yeah, so those are like okay, that was a fun little game. The top 3 like thirst trappy ones. I did have a lot of other ones I want to talk about.
Yes. I also have some other ones to talk about.
They're also good looking, but just weren't in the top, I guess.
Well, the other ones that I'm thinking of, I did not rate them in like good looking. I just was like,
just talk
these
about
are just other people.
So I guess like the most recent obsession for me are they have a joint podcast called the Magic Mirror Podcast. That Trinket Mage is like the creator of that podcast, I guess. So he has a channel, and he's very, very insightful on like ways to play the game and stuff. But also, I guess like he has a business background, so he talks about like sometimes some of the business side of things, or at least like he's more aware of stuff like that when being critical about like Universes Beyond, for example, or when talking about like the hybrid mana rules change.
Oh yeah, I hope they don't do that.
Yeah, but he gives like a really useful points about it that like I haven't seen anywhere else, and so he's very on top of it. And the other 2 members of that podcast are 33Elk, who I really like as well. They're like a very poignant, powerful deck builder who has some strong opinions and some strong like ways they play the game.
Is this a podcast? Or a channel?
Yeah, there's one podcast with 3 people, and the 3 people have their own channels as well. So
it's like they all talk together, but they also have their own separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I listen to the Magic Mirror podcast all the time, and so 33Elk's pretty good. And the last person is Salubrious Snail, who is more scripted, but also like very, very like insightful. Like you will learn useful things about like how you want to deck build and stuff. I think his best video talks about how you shouldn't shortcut yourself from the enjoyment of your deck.
Yeah.
A lot of people might like go for tutors that don't play into you doing unique ways of doing your strategy, which might be the reason you may have even built the deck in the first place.
Right.
And so kind of just like re-examining how you're building your decks. And like it's a type of content where you can watch a video and apply it to your decks. I'm like, oh, hey, maybe he's right about something and I should change something because I'll have more fun that way.
Right.
They're more fun-driven creators.
Okay. Some content creators that I have are one also popular like content creators that we talked about before was Elder Dragon Hijinks.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's the girl Elidia. Is it
Elodie?
Elodie?
Yeah.
I think so. I looked at it and I was like, that is such a that is a Magic the Gathering name if I have ever heard one.
Fantasy
like
name,
that is a fantasy name if I have ever heard one.
Is she German? I don't know where she's from.
I have no idea. But I will say
she has a very thick accent.
Does she have an accent?
Yeah. Maybe she's Swedish.
I'm like trying to think back.
Girl, I don't know the map at all, by the way, y'all. So I could
just
be wrong.
If she does have an accent, I must not be paying attention. But I know her and
Olivia Gilbert Hicks.
Yes,
I really like Olivia
from
a lot.
Commander at Home. They are very close friends, so they play a lot of games together.
Yeah, I really respect Olivia. She's been in the game for a long time. She's been a cosplayer and a really insightful Magic player, and she's really involved in the scene.
Mm-hmm. So that was one. I will say I like the idea of playing with friends online because I think that's another really cute way to be like, I miss you guys, but we're all far away and we can't play Magic, so we should play Magic like this. I think that's really cute.
Yeah, during COVID, I played a lot of webcam Magic, and I'm glad I did.
It sounds hectic to me. I don't know if I could do it, but I respect that they all love each other and respect each other enough that they try to do it. And I'm
and they loved each other.
And they loved each other. And I'm like, you guys, you know what? Yeah, that's really cool. Another one that I see a lot of. I don't know if I could do it, but props on this guy is this content creator called Griffin Fly MTG.
What'd they do?
He is teaching his dad how to play Magic.
Oh, I think I've seen some of that. Yeah,
Yes.
that's on Instagram, right? The short form content.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does little, like things with his dad where like his dad will ask him like, here are 10 green commanders and you have to rate them 1 through 10.
Oh, yeah.
Or like
I saw one where they talk about the stack.
Yeah,
and,
he
like,
talks about the
counter
stack.
spell wars and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
He talked about that with his dad.
that's cool.
There's another one that
You like the beginner friendly content.
it just depends on the content. But I just wrote down people that I see. So I'm just like, oh, this is a Magic content creator. I was like, how often do I see their stuff?
Oh wait, I'm talking about the people that like I really care about, and I like.
I'm just talking about people I see, and I'm like, I think you should still check them out. I mean, like, why not?
Yeah.
There's another one which I think you and I have talked about him before, but I was mixing up with other content creators. Veggie Wagoon.
Veggie Wagon. Yeah. Crab Rangoon.
He be making a bunch of content about Magic, like Magic cards, and he is more of the here's this combo that could pull off in a deck really, really well, or here's this Magic card, like this commander who could like work really, really well.
Yeah, I think he has like a Magic house.
Yes.
In the terms of like a bunch of people that all come in and like help create content with him house, not like literally house. But I know that him and MTG Nerd Girl and Mauled Hound and Joe Cherries all like have a podcast.
Yeah.
I listened to some of them.
I have not heard their podcast. I did not know they had a podcast, but I see his videos.
It's called The Good Time Boys.
And he does a lot of
Oh yeah.
He does a lot of
that. Yeah, his short-term videos, he does a lot of
He does a lot of and he every now and then he does explain rules and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
Are you thinking of a different person?
Yeah, I think we might be mixing up some, but don't worry about it.
That's why I said. I was like sometimes we mix him up with
because the rules guy is someone else, I think.
No. There is a rules guy, but that's not the person I'm thinking.
The rules guy that says "but" is someone else.
No. That's the guy.
Comments, break of the tie. Let us know.
I will look him up right now, and I'll be like, this is the guy. This is the same guy.
Girl, I know.
Anyway, then another one I want to take about.
It's my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have so many people.
I know. It's okay.
Okay. Who else you got?
Yeah, the people like some of these people I've been watching for like over 10 years. So I'm like,
gosh.
I really care about them, and like they're really like insightful, and I've listened to their stuff for so long. So, I guess there's. Well, I do gotta shout out my boy Dev from SBMTG, so Strictly Better Magic. He has been playing the game for I think almost the entire time the game existed, and he just like sits on the couch and talks about the game and stuff. And he has such a good heart for the game, and like he talks about like some of the original cards from like he literally right now is talking about the set Weatherlight, which introduced like the first like famous Magic the Gathering characters. So it's like because he's recognizing that a lot of people don't like the Universes Beyond stuff, and so instead of being negative towards Universes Beyond, he's being positive about Magic's IP and like the characters and stuff, and he's like talking about like the lore that like inspired him to play when he was younger.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's really sweet, you know.
That is cute.
And so he's like talks about like the Weatherlight and stuff. He has a lot of standard videos. He likes to talk about the standard format. And yeah, he's just a sweetheart. He has 2 kitties. And yeah, he's very good. He's been on Tolarian Community College, who I also completely respect, the professor at Tolarian Community College.
I know
that channel.
Well, I mean, at this point, we've both talked about
we
both talked about the professor, so we might as well shout out to the professor.
Yeah, he just seems like a really honestly good person, and like his team put together really good videos.
Right.
And I really like the writers that he like puts a spotlight on them too, because they're also really good and care about the formats they talk about and stuff. So love the professor and the team.
He also gives very realistic breakdowns whenever a set comes out with a precon.
And I love, he does like a financial breakdown because he ultimately like reminds people like buy your singles, like make sure that you're being careful with your hobby, you know, be mindful of like the gambling aspect of it, and like I really appreciate that. He's not afraid to be critical of Wizards of the Coast, which is really hard to do for a lot of people. And so I like him for that.
Well, that is a whole nother bag of beans we will talk about on a whole nother episode.
The bag of beans.
A bag of beans.
Okay. Yeah.
And then let's do 2 more each.
Okay.
Okay. So one more I wanted to shout out. I think he is more popular, but I don't think he has a tag name, but he does go by just his name, and it's Ben Bateman.
Ben Bateman.
And he likes to do skits. Like, he likes to do really funny skits where he does a really popular ongoing series where he talks about, like, a commander. And he's like, if you play this commander, you're probably somebody who likes to live in the forest. You don't care about what's going on in the world.
Like a vibesy type of thing.
Yeah, he's like, what are your vibes based on like the Magic card you play? So he'll talk about your vibes based on this like commander, and most of it is pretty positive. Every now and then he's like, no, you're a sweaty player. But he does also
call him out.
He also does do Magic news. So like if there's something that's going on, he like will talk about that, and I see him very much on top of that. And then he also he's the host of Pack It Up, so that's really cool as well. Which is a Magic the Gathering. I believe it's a podcast, but it's just another space where they talk about Magic or they play Magic, or other stuff. But that is another example of a creator that I think is really, really interesting. And I also see a lot of his videos. Like he does also make quite a few videos.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't even heard of him, so I definitely should check him out.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. Second to last pick for me is Joel R. Magic. Joel R. Magic. I really like him. I've listened to him for a long time. I've won one of his giveaways. So
you told me about this guy.
Yeah, so he gave me
I was
free
like,
stuff.
why does he sound familiar?
So he gave me free stuff. He also probably be on my attractive men list, by the way. But I think he's married. So
You're like, shout out.
That damn ring. I'm kidding.
You're like, that damn one ring. I knew it would be game changer.
He's very topical.
He's a top.
Oh, please don't keep going. I'm gonna start drooling. He is very topical. He talks about like new stuff going on. He does a lot of budget breakdown stuff. He talks about like cards that are at all-time lows that are really good pickups to get.
Like price-wise?
Yeah, like price-wise. Yeah, he does some financial stuff on his channel. I'm not too crazy into like Magic financial stuff, but I do always like to pick up cards when they're low if they're like cards I definitely want to play with, you know?
That's fair.
And so I appreciate that kind of content. So, yeah, he's just very good and like very on top of it.
Okay.
And hopefully on top of me.
Audience, you heard it first.
I'm joking.
You heard it here first.
I'm a professional.
He's a professional up until he gets free shit.
I know. I mean, I'm not. This isn't sponsored or anything. It's just me on my own years ago got free cards from him.
My last shout out I want to do is to this. I think her name is Ashley, but on YouTube she goes by
Ash Lizzle.
Ash Lizzle.
Oh, I know her.
Yes,
yeah.
She. I saw her on another Magic the Gathering. I've actually seen her on quite a few like shows where she plays Magic the Gathering.
She's very popular on Twitch, I think.
Yeah, she does stream like Arena, and she'll play archetypes, and she'll like honestly with her. Okay, so I've seen people play on Arena, and I've seen them play drafts. I've seen them just play out decks before, but she is probably the first person where she actually like breaks it down for me in a way that I feel like I can actually follow. So I really appreciate that. And then like just the way that not only is she able to play, but she also is like, she plays, you know, and I like some of the decks that she plays, but then she also interacts with the chat really good.
Yeah.
So I like that
She's
too.
a great personality.
And she has a very good like personality. Like even when she's like, and she also is like very intuitive when it comes to games too. Like she very much is on top of like she played a deck. I don't know if it was like a few months ago or a few weeks ago, but she played a deck. I think it was Demir.
Okay.
And it was or maybe it was a Sultai, but either way, it was like a graveyard deck that she was playing with. And the idea of the deck is that essentially like, you know, stuff's going to go to your graveyard, but that doesn't matter because you have the cards to like bring it back. But then she had her important cards that she wanted out on the table because like either they had like lifelink or they had other abilities that made them really strong.
Yeah.
And I was watching her play because like, to me, like when people play Magic, it's kind of like when people play D&D. Like to me, I have to be paying attention.
Oh, for sure.
Because I cannot background like Dungeons and Dragons and I cannot background Magic.
Yeah.
I have to be like, okay, what are they doing? How are they responding to this? Like,
Yeah,
why
sure.
are they responding like this? So it's very rewarding for me to watch her because I feel like when she actually debates what she needs to do.
Oh, she talks out her plays.
She talks out
and
her
stuff.
plan.
That's
and I'm
good.
like, okay, this helps me. Like some people, when they play, they will just do and then they'll explain later. But sometimes it's hard for me to understand, like, because then I'll be like, why'd you do that? That was so dumb. Or someone does something dumb and I'm like,
Yeah.
why'd you do that?
And that's interesting because she's a standard player mostly. So that's like your little toe in the water for other formats, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also she just like inspires me to try standard.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Standard's pretty fun. Popper's really fun too.
Also, she, just her aesthetic also is like,
Oh, like the dark.
the very dark, the like, very like, rebel, like emo, like.
She has like a little chikorita in the corner of the
yes, she has a chikorita.
screen. Yeah, that's cute. She's authentic.
She's very authentic.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to watch her videos. So I really like her videos.
My last one that I want to talk about is like another like magic house, and again I mean house like a collective of people. Is called Loading Ready Run. They've been in the scene for a long time, and they actually used to make skits like magic comedy skits and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're Canadian, which is cool, I guess. And they're
I mean, some of them are hot. So
yeah, I mean there's some they're nice, and I like them because they do a lot of different formats, and they actually are like the pioneers of their own format.
yeah.
So they called it the North 100 Canadian Highlander format.
I've never heard.
Canadian Highlander is basically like Commander, but a lot more like cutthroat 1v1, and it's at 20 life, but it's like 100 card singleton.
Okay.
And so like I'm very inspired when I see like that content because like those, like they're some of the best deck builders I've ever seen. And like some notable people are Ben Wheeler and Surge. I don't remember his name, but
From Pokemon?
oh, Lieutenant Surge. No. There's Kathleen. There's a bunch of people on there, but they do all sorts of things. So they do like pre-release drafts, like an entire pre-release. Like you can see like what they're picking and passing and stuff. It's actually really cool. And so I think they're one of the few people that are lucky enough to get a pre-release. And so they can show the pre-release content before pre-release even happens.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And they've been in the scene for a long time, so they have tons of different podcasts and topics. And like I said, it's like a collective of people, so like they do lots of things. But they're pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah, I totally recommend looking at the Canadian Highlander 1v1s because like there's such cool archetypes, such cool cards, and it's singleton, so it's like Commander adjacent, but like it's just so cool.
Like
The competitiveness.
when you say more cutthroat, do you just mean like they run more removal or
like they play cards that are really aggressive early on, I guess. I mean, it's 1v1, right? And so in Commander, it's like more encouraged to dirtle and like take time, and like 40 life, you have a lot of buffer.
you have a lot of buffer? Yeah.
This is like 20 life aggro, like mid-range aggro is more of like a competitive archetype, and like playing a 2-mana 1/1 that grows when you do things is like really good because like you can adapt, and like you know you gotta like do your instant speed plays at their upkeep or after they draw so that you can interact with the most amount of cards possible. Like it's very methodical gameplay, which I learn a lot from like watching them play and then like watching them act.
It makes me feel like they probably do they like then because of that do they pander to a certain archetype of like games like styles then, so like they are going for those more aggro decks, so you won't see like Graveyard, for example.
You'll see. I mean, they do lots of different decks like in that like Canadian Highlander 1v1s, and so you will see all sorts of things. Like for example, I just like one of the videos I watched, and I like they mentioned it, like I don't even know like what the gameplay that you're doing is, but basically he like tutored out a card that could sacrifice itself so that he could have something in the graveyard, so that this other card that cares about things in the graveyard can come in and work as a removal. Like it was actually like such interesting gameplay of like thinking 5 steps ahead to like do a micro advantage, because like the game is all about like getting your micro advantages and stuff. So really cool watching them play that. But they also do like skits. They also do fun gameplay. They also do podcasts about random things. Like they have a lot of content.
Multi-purpose.
Yep.
Multipass.
The multipass is there. But yeah, there's lots of good content creators.
There's audience. There's so many content creators.
There's different flavors for everyone too.
Yeah.
So that's what's like, definitely find your own and check out some of the ones we mentioned. And
there is still very lacking, like, I would say queer representation, but I do feel like we're on the rise.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting more, you know, like I haven't found it yet, but I would love to find like maybe like a trans, content creator. And I'm sure they're out there. It's just I'm still looking.
Yeah, I know on Tulare Community College there's like some good trans representation there too.
And again, sometimes some of these bigger content creators will shout out smaller content creators, and that's another good way to like find someone. If you're like, I watched this person play this game, I enjoyed their vibe, let me go find them.
Oh, Spice8Rec might be someone you like.
Hey,
Spice8Rec. I can't get like a bonus pick, can I? We're wrapping up. I'll tell you later. But Spice8Rec is it is a very cool content creator and very neat and philosophical stuff too. But we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
But yeah, that wraps up our section on content creators, huh?
Well, I think now it's time we go to combat.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you're about to find out why.
Enduring curiosity. Enduring curiosity.
I'm starting fistful right
Oh my gosh.
in someone's mouth.
Oh.
Gagging.
I don't know where you're going with this. I'm scared. Is it me? Should I be ducking and hiding? Should I be putting my blocks up?
You're going to turn into the roast beef.
Oh, you got beef.
I got beef.
Well, I'm a vegetarian, so nice try. No, I'm not actually, but
we just recently watched the video with Josh Lee Kwai.
Oh, you're naming names.
I'm naming names.
Josh Lee Kwai and Cassius Marsh on his podcast. Yeah, what do they say?
So they talk about a lot of things, but obviously a few weeks ago, I think from now, they basically a lot of people are, and I don't like when people do this, where they take a clip and they take it out of context, because now that we have seen the video and we've seen the full context, I'm glad we saw the full context.
What is it?
Audience members, please, sometimes when you watch a video, don't 100% believe everything, because sometimes things are edited in a way that make people more villains than they are.
And even the full clip that we saw directly on the first person source was also edited. So we can just take what we heard for granted. But what is it? What happened?
Okay, so Josh,
Jay.
Listen, we're both businessmen, and we both understand the importance of content. I do think it was a little bit messy. I do think it was a little bit messy to say that content creators are not making creative content for Magic the Gathering.
Shit.
I do think it was messy, but I will grant levity, because he did say
in the full version we saw,
and in the full clip that we saw, he did say that he was partly responsible for that. So like he is acknowledging the fact that he is responsible for the fact that there isn't content that he would consider creative.
Ooh, you're so bad. You're seething.
Because
I see the steam coming out of your ears.
Because let me try to understand this. It's very rich for the most popular and the most prominent content creator to say nobody out here is giving cunt. Like nobody out here is giving cunt. No one's serving. And I'm like, Mama, hold up. What do you do again?
What do you do again?
So I think I'm like half on board. I think yes, there could be room for more creative content, which I think is what he was trying to say. And I'm on the other side, I'm like, Mama, you're giving out advice I think you should be taking. I think you should be taking.
Because, I mean, of all places, Command Zone is pretty formulaic in what they do.
It's very formulaic.
They have like a very solid structure of like new set. They're going to do a Game Nights episode. They're going to talk about the best commanders. They're going to talk about the precons. Talk about the precon upgrades. Going to talk about upcoming sets. Like, it's
Which
very
is
formulaic.
where our best friend Rachel, she thrives in that. I love when she has someone on and they like talk silly about a deck and like they're like very jokey about it. I'm like, this is fun, but you guys have done this before and you've done this multiple times and it works and that's great. But if we want to talk about creative content, you know what? Maybe this is just me ignorant and I haven't done my full deep dive and like all the stuff that they've done. But I would love to see more creative content. And like one example of this is I have seen some content creators where they will do essentially like everyone plays the same commander, but everyone's playing the same commander, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's going to be playing the same commander the same way.
Yeah, real quick, I did want to mention that like when you're creating content and like newer creators and different types of creators, like there is a lot of variety.
There's a lot of
and
variety.
People are doing all sorts of things. I wonder if he was just mentioning like the formula of like doing gameplay videos that are very similar to game nights. And so it's like there's different forms of that, and you're going to talk about one soon, but you know, I've seen people talk about different aspects of the game, how the game makes them feel, not just like the strategy of it and stuff. And so, you know, just because it's not like what he's mentioning, and like, yeah, I do think like the clip, especially the out of context clip that you saw, definitely is kind of like rage inducing.
It was very like it. Basically, the clip was what he said, but minus the. I also take partial responsibility with that, which is
shady.
very like that's very shady. So like, guys, watch out for some of these clips sometimes.
And the video itself, the title is clickbait as hell.
Yeah, the title is very clickbaity as hell.
So it's like, you know, I mean, and that's the thing. I know a lot of people like sites like do engagement bait stuff, and it's like that's just how they grow as creators or whatever. And like, you know, we're here trying to be more honest with what we're doing, and just like, you know, we're not trying to like push our limits to get as many views as possible. We're just talking about things we want to talk about, talking about the way we want to talk about it and stuff. And
I also want to say, and this isn't just for Magic the Gathering, but this is just like for all content creators in general. I think you can make videos without the video being super clickbaity.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's just the era of the internet now where like attention grabbing thumbnail, big red arrow, giant eyeballs, like it's just like things that like people just like will look at more instinctively or whatever, and like innately those will get more views. And what's complicated is that like if you're like a company like the Command Zone, and there's other obviously literally every other big company like content company that does YouTube videos does this
or
too.
even like merchandise.
Yeah, so I'm not like coming for them or anything. I actually like the Command Zone channel, but what they do is that like they need to like make the best. You're like, I like one of them.
Is she CEO yet?
I mean, she better be. But what I'm saying is that a lot of times there's not just like one table to feed, if that makes sense. Like there's many employees at Command Zone headquarters, and like a lot of them are behind the scenes. A lot of them are like
they're doing a lot of work,
like doing the audio technician stuff and like editing the background that never see the light of the day because they're just in the basement, allegedly. I'm kidding.
In the basement.
But that's the thing is that if we want them to be paid as much as possible, then they need to do the clickbait stuff so that the people at all levels get paid fairly too. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it. It's complicated.
It's the business rhetoric where it's like you want to be able to do the best that you can for the people you care about, for the company you care about. But in order to do that, you have to make sure that you are basically maximizing your business at all points.
It's like you wish like there's like the ethical side of things is just being authentic to the creation and the art form or whatever. But you know, it's like we're just creating content too.
It's just like I think what I will disagree with that point, and like I'm not hard disagreeing, but what I will disagree with that point is that like I've always hated when people take that stance, because like it's not just them. I've spoken about this before, but it's like League of Legends too. Like League of Legends straight up was like, hey guys, for the champions that we make, you know, obviously there's going to be some champions that aren't as popular as some other champions. And so those champions that are not as popular, they're not as likely to get skins.
Oh, the skin debacle.
So the skin debacle is essentially like the more popular a champion is, they're more likely to get more skins. And so when people obviously, you know, they buy those skins, that money is then going to be funneled into getting those champions who do not have as many skins, giving them more skins. And so like obviously like, yes, that is, at least they're trying.
And here's the thing: is like, are they trying, or is that just like the best statement to say for their optics of the business?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So like,
are they actually gonna like try to invest in those other characters that never get skins?
we'll see.
Or are they just trying to like get as much profit as possible and then say something that covers their ass?
Exactly. So like, then like, if you don't do any like deep dwelling, like when you hear that, you're like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. But then you have to step back and you're like, wait a minute, you're a multi-million-dollar company. So like, I think it's okay if you were to release a set of skins where none of them are super popular and they're just skins that you just want to give love to. Because I think at that point, when you're a multi-million-dollar company, I think the business practices are very important and you should still stick to that. But I think there's a message that you could send out. And that message, I think that's something that we are missing in a lot of big companies, is that there's a message to be said for being a big company and still doing something, not just for money.
Yeah. I think the ultimate thing, what's really sad, is that the people who have the passion for the game, the people that are part of the creative team, are separate and not in the conversations of the people that own the business, the people that track the revenue, the people that do this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's like, it's just really sad because a lot of times those impassioned creative endeavors are short-sighted and sidelined in favor of money.
And see, sometimes you get lucky. Like, I know the CEOs of Riot, I do know that they are very impassioned and there is a lot of love in that community. And I think the same thing with the Magic community. And I do think that same sentiment is shared with
Wizards of the Coast?
The Command Zone. The Command Zone.
Okay.
Wizards of the Coast, I could stand to see some more, if I'm being honest. I could stand to see some more love, which I think they are trying with Universes Beyond. But obviously, recently they did put out a survey, and
that messy survey
was a very messy.
Can we talk about it here and now?
Hold on, let me make sure I'm tying up loose ends with what. So basically, what I wanted to say was that there are other people doing creative content. One of them being everyone plays the same commander, but it's all played differently.
Covert Go Blue did that unique way of Because, if everyone's in the same commander gameplay, what's different? Well, he's doing something different.
Well, he's playing
all
this
four
way.
players are saying the same commander,
right,
but they have different ways of building it.
So, like, that could be one way. I think that's creative, in my opinion, because to me, it's always very interesting to see how people pilot their decks, because not every two people pilot it the same. And even if they do, there's still very nuanced differences they could have. Mm-hmm. So that's one way that's creative to me. I think maybe we could see more people playing more formats. And maybe the thing about that is that those bigger content creators, a lot of them are usually either playing Standard or they're playing Commander, mm-hmm, or
almost all the big ones are Commander.
All the big ones are Commander. There's some good ones that play Standard.
And onto your point, I think Tolarian Community College does a really good job at this, mm-hmm, because they have the Shuffle Up and Play series where they sometimes do Commander, but a lot of times they play other formats too. Like, I've watched the Pauper format one. I think they did like either Vintage or something else. Like,
there's one I think we should.
There's
There's one I think we should do, which is what is it called? Dan?
Oh, I love Dan. They did a Dan episode too.
I think that would be really fun.
I'm gonna get a Dan deck, so we'll play.
So wait, before we jump into the thing that you're super excited about,
we don't have to talk about it now because it's like a different topic, but we can.
No, we should. I wanted to say something, but like honestly, we can talk about it some other time.
Yeah,
but so the thing that you were saying was that. What did you want to say? So the thing that you were super excited about earlier was the
Counterspell. We're gonna be talking about that first thing next episode, Mama.
Oh my god!
It needs a whole heckin' segment because it is messyanaboots.com.co.us.ca.
Okay, all right. Let me just say, the Command Zone, stamp of approval. We talked about what we need to talk about. You guys are good.
You guys are
good. Pass along. Wizard of the Coast, we're coming for you next.
Wait, no. I mean, yeah.
We're coming for you.
You gotta listen to your
without
fans.
the you.
You gotta listen to your fans.
You just listened to Enduring Curiosity.
Feel free to check out another episode.
And this is your host, John.
And Sethi.
Bye.